Before we go and assemble everything, I wanted to discuss some simulation work that was done on the stool. Markforged simulation is a remarkably powerful tool because it can quickly and easily simulate 3D printed composite parts. Before Markforged simulation, setting the scenario up required a nonlinear solver, which is very technically demanding, very time-consuming, and very expensive. Only downside is that Markforged simulation cannot simulate 3D printed assemblies. So, in order to collect force data on the different faces, I turned to SOLIDWORKS simulation, assuming all parts are made from solid ABS plastic, since that's a profile already pre-built in. After removing clearances and establishing contact detection, a 300-pound load was directed into the stool as defined by this elliptical face. Once the simulation completed, we could see how that 300-pound load is distributed across the major load-bearing faces beneath the step. Since these values will remain proportional between materials and weights, I can use this data to simulate that same load in Markforged simulation for a more accurate representation. First, I had to make some modifications to my SOLIDWORKS file. I suppressed the tread pattern for simplicity, and then added that same ellipse to the steps, only this time slightly extruding it into the step faces so that I have a selectable region in the simulator. I did the same for the cross beams and to the underside of the steps. I exported these updated files and imported them into Eiger. After recreating the print orientation, the print settings, and fiber layout, which required some slight adjustment to situate the fiber beneath the ellipse, I clicked the Sim tab. From here, I chose the elliptical face as the loading face, applying half of the 300-pound load to it, which is 667.25 newtons. I then selected the slightly engraved faces as my anchors and left the safety factor and maximum deflection at their defaults. Next step was to validate. After a few minutes, here are our results. Looks like our fiber routing strategy for the steps is plenty strong. For the cross beams, I recreated the printed setup and jumped into the simulator. From SOLIDWORKS, there is 131 pounds of force applied to this face. That's 582.7 newtons. Then I chose my anchor faces and ran the validation case. The deflection is extremely minimal, and the minimum safety factor is right at 2. Although we could optimize this, I can't imagine a 600-pound person standing on the stool, so we'll ignore it. And just so you know, the optimize feature will adjust print and fiber settings in different permutations, simulate each one, and then feed us the results on which permutations would meet our safety factor and deflection parameters. It's pretty wild what this thing can do. Lastly, time to test the riser. Since we didn't have to modify this part in SOLIDWORKS for simulating, we can simply copy this file and rename it. After double checking that the X-ray view remained the same, I opened up Markforged simulation. I selected the anchor faces and then calculated, in newtons, the pound force values from SOLIDWORKS for the 4 loaded faces. After saving the load case, I ran the simulation. Nice, all green marks. Looks like we're ready to go. And for fun, my coworker John Duffin ran a cloud simulation in the 3D Experience platform to test the failure point, again, assuming ABS plastic. Since the ABS profile does not have data for plastic deformation, he used ChatGPT to hunt down values like Poisson's ratio and the constants needed for the Johnson-Cook model. Artificial intelligence is growing exponentially. I genuinely cannot believe how insanely powerful it is. Once John entered all the values the Simulia Abacus solver needed, he started the simulation. He ran 2 different versions. The first case assumed very minimal friction interactions, like in the SOLIDWORKS simulation case. And if I were to show someone that animation prior to having them try standing on the stool, I'm pretty sure they're going to run away very quickly. Looks like a grenade went off. The second case John ran assumed an indestructible bond between the different pieces. This animation kind of looks like one of those Boston Dynamics robot dogs powering down. And the forces required to initiate plastic deformation in case 1 is 4,385 pounds of force, and in case 2, it's 7,960 pounds of force.